So I just finished watching the Corbomite maneuver, and this is a really solid episode. So a little backstory. Apparently this was the third episode made, but it wasn't shown until much later. And I can understand why. It's pretty heavy. Not heavy in the way Miri was, but as far as like the social commentary goes and things like that, definitely not a good choice for a third episode, especially after the first two pilots, when they were trying to go for a little bit more of an action show to draw people in. So basically, in this one, and I don't want to talk too much about the plot. For those who haven't seen it, this is one I really recommend you go and see before you get all the way into this review or we discuss it, because it is that good. And it's got a great ending to it that I don't want to give away in this episode. So anyway, real simple. The Enterprise is going along doing the Enterprise thing, and they meet the Rubik's Cube of Death out in space. It chases them, and they then blow it up with their phaser. And this was the first time we got to see the Enterprise actually shoot its phasers. That was kind of cool. I like that. My only problem is, and this is a problem again with a lot of science fiction that takes place in space, and there's space travel and there's spaceships and all that sort of stuff, is the chase scene. There was this cube. It was in the way of the Enterprise. It was blocking them. You're in space. Just go around it. It's not like you're on the freeway and there's a tractor trailer in your way. You can't go around it. You have 3 dimensions to travel in space. Anyway, that's a little bit nitpicking. So, yeah, they blow up the Rubik's Cube of Death, and then they meet this space station, or spaceship, I should say, that's somewhere between, like, the Death Star and a koosh ball. It's huge. It's like a mile long in diameter. It threatens them and says, hey, we're giving you 10 minutes, and then we're going to kill you all. This is where it gets really interesting, is Spock, being all logical, makes a reference to this being like chess, and it is now checkmate. Kirk, being badass, is like, yeah, Mr. Spock, this isn't chess, this is poker. And he then bluffs the alien ship, which is where the title of the show gets its name from, and it is so much fun. It really is a great example of Kirk being kind of this suave, tough guy, but also having a lot of brains and being able to use his charm to get out of situations before he has to use his brawn, because he knows he's outmatched. Like, physically, the Enterprise is not going to withstand going up against this ship. Yeah, like, that was just really cool. And like I said, the ending, I would love to talk about that more, but I don't want to give it away too much. What I do want to say about it is that it is so optimistic. I really like that about this episode. The heroes don't necessarily win. The bad guy doesn't necessarily win. It's not like, yay, we outsmarted somebody. It's none of that. It's not really what was being built up in the first 2/3 of the show. So by the time you get to this climax and you actually get to meet the real adversary on there, and then you get the big reveal behind all of that, it's a wonderful ending. I really, really like it. And Kirk's approach to it, with, Earth's, or, again, we'll try not to give away too much, but for those who have seen the whole thing with, yeah, it's not Earth's best, but you'll learn that way. I love that part. That was really, really great. This is what I think makes Star Trek so memorable for so many people, is this sort of episode. Yeah, there's the action in it. Yeah, the suspense is really good. The whole Enterprise trying to get away from the other ship, and the poker standoff. Just great story writing. Really, really great story writing. And then you have this wonderful conclusion. There's really great social commentary in it. Again, this is like one of the ideal Star Trek episodes, at least from what I've seen so far. Granted, I'm only like halfway through season 1, and I still have a lot more to go. So anyway, this episode, highly recommend. Honestly, if you are a first-time Star Trek viewer, you've never seen much of Star Trek at all, or any, like I know a few people who are following this site have said, start with this episode. Like, really, this would be, I think, the best first episode for somebody if you want to be like, I don't really want to watch the pilots because they're kind of lame. Where should I start out with? This may be like the perfect introduction episode. So, anyway, this episode, really great. I thoroughly enjoyed it, lots of fun, and I will see you all later.